How's it going, guys, and welcome back to another video from here in beautiful Taipei, Taiwan. After living in Taiwan for nearly a year, we gotta say we absolutely love it here. In fact, there are some things about living in Taiwan that are even better than living back in Canada. And that's what today's video is all about. I'm going to be sharing with you my top 5 reasons why life in Taiwan is better than it is in Canada. We're starting off strong with number 1, and that is transportation. The public transportation system here in Taiwan is top-notch. In the city of Taipei, you of course have the Taipei MRT, which is super convenient and takes you all over the city. In addition to that, you have the TRA system, which is the local as well as the long-distance train system. And of course, you have the amazing Taiwan high-speed rail, which is Taiwan's bullet train, taking you from the north of Taiwan all the way down to the south in about an hour and a half. Super convenient, pretty affordable, really, really nice. In addition to the rail system, of course, you have buses, and the buses in Taipei at least are super convenient and reliable. And best of all, my favorite part of transportation here in Taiwan is the U-Bike system, which is Taiwan's public bike system. And I say Taiwan's public bike system because it's not just in Taipei, but in many cities all across Taiwan. It's really affordable, starting at either 5 NT or free in some cities, I believe, for the first 30 minutes, and stations are located every few blocks here in Taipei. Now, of course, we do have pretty good public transit in Canada, especially from Vancouver, where I'm from. We have the amazing Vancouver SkyTrain. However, it only has 3 lines, whereas Taipei's MRT has 6 lines, so it's a little bit of an uneven comparison, I would say. Moving on to reason number 2 why life in Taiwan is better than life in Canada, we have the weather. Now, obviously, Canada, being Canada, is a very cold place. Even the city of Vancouver, where I'm from, which is known as the mildest weather city in Canada, it's still pretty cold during the winter, and it rains so much during the winter. In Taipei, we have sunny weather all the time. Yes, the winter gets a little bit rainy, but compared to back in Vancouver, it's nothing. The summers are, of course, super hot, but you got AC indoors, and I always find it's a lot easier to cool down when you're feeling hot than it is to warm up when you're feeling cold. So for me personally, I think the weather here in Taiwan is much better than it is in Canada. Reason number 3, Taiwan is better than Canada, is safety. Taiwan is one of the safest countries in the entire world. Whether you're a man or a woman, you can walk around at all times of the day or night totally alone and feel completely safe. I wouldn't say the same thing about many cities in Canada. I know for myself personally that there are parts of Vancouver, Canada where I would not want to be walking around alone at night. Another thing in regards to safety is the convenience of being able to go to a coffee shop and leave your laptop on the table when you use the restroom, or put your backpack down to save your seat when you're at the food court. Petty theft is pretty much non-existent here in Taiwan. In fact, if you leave your wallet or your phone on the train here, chances are somebody will pick it up, return it to either the closest police station or lost and found desk, and you will get it back. Unfortunately, that is definitely not true back in Canada. Before we get to reason number 4, be sure to hit that like button if you're enjoying the video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Alright, moving on to number 4, and that is affordability. Taiwan is a very affordable place to live. I use affordable and not cheap because Taiwan isn't necessarily the cheapest place in the world, but a lot of your day-to-day expenses are quite affordable. Food is one thing that is especially affordable here. You can go to a nice restaurant and get a meal for 200 to 400 NT, which is about $8 to $16 Canadian. And back in Canada, if you're going to a sit-down restaurant, you are looking to spend about $20 to $40 minimum these days. Definitely much more affordable here in Taiwan. You also don't need to worry about things like tipping, which is a game changer. After living in Taiwan, I don't understand why tipping exists. I'm so happy they do not have tipping here. Other than the food, things like transportation are also very affordable, as well as activities. When you want to go to a concert, a festival, anything like that, They are way more affordable than they are back in Vancouver, and often events are completely free. Just recently, I went to the Christmas market here in Taiwan, and there was no entrance fee, and all of the food there was quite affordable. Back in Vancouver, I believe the entrance fee just to get into the Christmas market is about $20 Canadian, which is about 500 Taiwan dollars. So pretty expensive. And then you still gotta pay for the food and all that stuff. So definitely much more affordable living here in Taiwan than back in Canada. And finally, we come to reason number 5 why living in Taiwan is better than living in Canada, and that is location. Canada is really far from everything, especially if you live on the West Coast. Our choices for a quick vacation are pretty much just the West Coast of Canada and the West Coast of America. Everything else is like a 5-hour flight away. If you want to just go to the other side of Canada or the other side of America, you're looking at a 5 or 6 hour flight. The closest true international destination is Mexico, which is definitely not very close at all from Vancouver. Here in Taiwan, there are so many places you can get to super easily. You can hop over to Tokyo on a 3-hour flight. You can hop over to Korea, again, about a 3-hour flight. Bangkok is super close. Vietnam is super close. It's so amazing being able to travel to so many different countries so quickly. As I said before, we've been living in Taiwan for just under a year. I've already taken 3 international trips outside of Taiwan since living here. That is something I definitely would not be doing back home in Canada because it would cost a lot of money to take an international trip. So location is definitely one of the big plus points of living in Taiwan. Anyways guys, that's my 5 reasons why I think life in Taiwan is better than life in Canada. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys give the video a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.